when we see dependent relationships, what's the most classic things that we typically see? The stereotypical ones.
Go ahead, Kindred.
Asking their partner for permission for everything.
Yes, absolutely. So it's like, hey, can I wear this? Hey, what is it that you want me to cook? Where do you want to go to eat? What should we do with the kids this weekend? No matter what the decision is, it's I just always need somebody else to make my decisions. But why do people get into that role? Why do people feel like I need people to always make my decisions for me?
They don't trust their own decision-making processes.
That's a big part of it right there. I see you nodding big. What have you got to add to that?
I can relate to that really easily.
Early on in our relationship,
I had dissociated so much in my early life that I didn't have an identity. I just kind of took on the forms of other people that were around me. And so whenever I met Matt and he started helping me try to have another identity, have my own identity and help me figure out what that was, it was really hard. I had to even use him healthily. I mean, it was in a healthy way because I was eventually able to get off of it, and step out of it.
Yeah.
But I had to use him as my anchor, am I overreacting? Is this reality? Just to be able to process and know and find out what my own identity was.
Yeah.
So I had a dependency on you for a while just to be able to figure out who I was.
Sure.
And how fortunate that was that you had somebody like Matt that is such a healthy individual, whereas there's other people that have that for a variety of reasons, but a distrust of their own self and a disbelief in their own capabilities that end up with people that maybe are more narcissistic and more in wanting to be that role of like, I am always right. I am, in charge of the situation, and getting with people that have that doubt of themselves is fuel for that kind of person's fire.
Yes.
Right?
Because you can see it in somebody's body language a lot of times. You typically see that somebody who is more dependent is usually more submissive in their body language. They're more avoidant in their body language. They don't like to usually want to be around a large group of people. They tend to stay isolated. They tend to keep their head down a lot. They avoid eye contact. They show signs of helplessness a lot easier. So like if they start to do something and can't do it, they just quit. And it's those things like that people who are more predatory easily pick up on. And they don't even necessarily pick up on it like they're walking around looking for it. Like, let me go find the person that looks helpless today. Where are they? They're this is just a part of their predatory brain.
Attracted to that. Yeah, it's like a predator versus prey.
Yeah, it's a
thing.
cat mouse thing. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, the cat, if it just sees a mouse, it's like, what's that? Oh boy. It's that it just automatically starts going. It doesn't even have to go hunting. If it just sees it, that's what it's going to jump on. So it's the person who is more predatory, who wants to feel more dominant and more in control, is going to naturally look for people that don't provide resistance. And so they, especially because the person who is usually the abuser is usually the more dominant one. And so in these circumstances, the abuser needs somebody to enact their abuse on. They don't want somebody to fight back. If somebody fights back, that comes across as rejection. And the person who is usually more narcissistic or controlling doesn't want to feel rejected. That's one of the primary things they're trying to avoid experiencing. So they don't need anybody that's showing any signs of confidence or self-worth, because those people are far likely to reject them or even provide some sense of resistance. And when that resistance is present, they become very agitated and frustrated. That's where some abusers can even go like really far and start to like get to the sociopathic and side of things, where they're seeking out people like that may be a little more like projecting confidence, so they can really hurt them. So they're taking it out on those people. But that's like the far end of the sociopathic spectrum.